Alright, what is up y'all? We're here today for PCL Week 1. We go against OddsAre, and he's got a pretty fucking scary team. You can see it on the screen. Stuff like Torn, stuff like Xurkitree, Nidoking, Protean, Greninja, Dragonite, Mega Aggron. There's fucking threats on threats on threats. Now, here on my notes, this battle was a little while ago, so forgive me if this is a little rusty, but here in my notes we have I was pretty sure he was bringing Gourgeist, Protean, Grin, Reuniclus, and Xurkitree. All of those things put in pretty good fucking work versus me. And then, so like, those are the things that I have, and Mega Aggron. Those are like the 5 things that I thought he was going to bring for sure. And then on, like later, I realized, why the fuck would this man bring Xurkitree versus Sand? But I don't know. But those were the 5 that I think we prepped the hardest for. So we have Kebia Berry, Tapu Lele here. That is the poison resist berry. It's not berry, so it's poison. Yeah, sorry, had to make sure. But Taunt, Nature's Madness, Moonblast, and Psychic does put in pretty decent work versus his team. The Kebia Berry allows us to live something along the lines of a Sludge Wave from Nidoking, a Gunk Shot from non-attack invested, well, a little bit of attack investment is fine, but not fully attack invested physical Greninja, and then a Sludge Bomb from something like Zoroark as well. So Kebia Berry is solid on Lele. Psychic Moonblast Bam is fucking amazing, and that is going to prevent him from going for Water Shuriken or Extreme Speed, Sucker Punch, stuff like that. All those priority moves he has in the back that I don't want him to use. So the game plan looks like it needs to be break down his walls, get rid of his Intimidator, yeah, just one Intimidator, and get some damage on Mega Aggron so that I can sweep late game with Excadrill. So in order to do that, we've got the Kebia Berry Lele here just to click fucking Moonblast and Psychic, and then obviously we need Taunt, and Taunt is going to be helpful to beat the Reuniclus, because if I give that thing Psychic Terrain and it starts setting up Calm Minds, I am dead, like fucking RIP me. So we got to prevent that. And then we got Nature's Madness, because he does have a Mega Aggron there, so if he does get that free switch every single time, I already know I'm not going to hit Focus Blast. I'm not even fucking putting that shit, I'm not even going to give myself the option to click that, because I'm just going to miss. So we're just going to go for Nature's Madness, and I can taunt that thing if I think it's going to be, you know, Rest or Curse, something annoying like that. Next, we have an Expert Belt Jolteon, our buddy Scoot here, and you already know this is like my favorite Jolteon set in the world. E-Belt, best item for sure. Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Ice hits almost his whole team super effectively. Like, holy shit. Having a good Specialmon here to hit the Aggron is going to be amazing. Having it there to also deal with Gourgeist, Nidoking, stuff like that. It's just solid versus him, man. I really wanted to run Synchro Noise, but I needed Thunderbolt and Volt Switch, so it's fucking unfortunate, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So, with the Volt Absorb and a tiny bit of bulk here, that does mean that Xurkitree isn't as much of a problem. Honestly, in hindsight, looking back at it, I shouldn't have been prepping this hard for Xurkitree because I have fucking Sand, so oh well. But like, I don't know, it gets Energy Ball and it gets fucking Yelnats isn't the strongest boy defensively. Like, it's got good HP, but its defenses are usually kind of low. So if he was a balloon set, I would be fucked. But anyways, that's Jolteon. Then we have another potential Wincon, but most likely going to be a Wall Breaker. Mega Gallade here with SDCC, Zen Headbutt, and Knockoff. Now, Zen Headbutt in the Psychic Terrain does fuckloads of damage to his entire team. If he wants to come in and intimidate me and stuff like that, he's still going to be taking a fuckload, especially if I'm at +2. So, the only thing that really hinders this is the fact that I am outsped by Protean Grin. Now, I do have really good Spadef, so I can't eat a hit, but he can easily just come in and keep going for U-turns and whittling me down, sacking things, or trying to, you know, get the Intimidate shuffle or his Regen shuffle with the Torn. He's got options. So, also, this is Revenge by Torn if he hits his Hurricane. So I don't know if he will, but we'll see, you know? So, usually, I wanted to go a more defensive spread so that I could, like, bulk up in front of the Mega Aggron or something like that, but turns out I need to be max attack and at +2 after an SD and go for CC rather than Drain Punch. That's the only way I'm killing Mega Aggron in one hit. Now, that is crazy. It's cool to think that that thing could die in one hit, but it's gonna take some work to make happen, you know? Now, our next mon here, it can also OHKO Mega Aggron, and that is going to be our confirmed win condition, Lumberry Excadrill. So, Lumberry, Sandrush, Yelnats here. I can SD up in front of the Gourgeist, and then kill that motherfucker with Shadow Claw. Now Shadow Claw still doesn't do too terribly much. I guess at +2 I think it's only doing like 75-80 max, so I do need some chip on that, but that's why stuff like Jolteon and all that good stuff is here. So with the Lum, we pretty much guarantee a +2. I eat any hit from the Mega Aggron, so if it comes down to it, I can SD in that thing's face. Anything except for Focus Blast from Uniclus, I'm living. And even then, like if he's defensive Uniclus, I think I'll be fine. But if he starts boosting up, I'm fucked. Protean Grin, huge problem. But I do have enough speed to make sure that even if he is Scarf Grin, then I will outspeed in the Sand Rush. So, speaking of Sand Rush, we have Big Doinks, the Rocky Helmet Hippo here with Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Roar, and Slack Off. Now, that third move slot was Stone Edge, and then it was Roar and Stone Edge and Roar, and I just kept going back and forth, and then finally by the time it was time to actually battle, Roar was in that slot, so I was like, fuck it, we go in Roar. We are max Spadef so that Protean Grin can't OHKO us with anything, so that thing is a fucking threat, man. Protean Grin with a Life Orb or Specs, it's a fucking problem. So I want to be able to take as little as possible from that. Also stuff like Nidoking, if it's like Life Orb, Ice Beam is going to fuck me up, so I need that Spadef. And then also, this is a soft check to Torn and Xurkitree. Now Xurkitree obviously is going to have Energy Ball, but I am Spadef. And then Torn can knock me off and taunt me and Hurricane me and all that stuff. We got the Rocky Helmet to get some chip on that guy. We can't actually hit it with anything. We can get up our rocks and roar it out. So hopefully that goes fine. And last but not least here, we have great value, the Spadef Silvally Dark, and this is a pretty fun set. We got Parting Shot, Defog, Punishment, and Ice Beam. So Punishment, as you know, if you do not know, it is a 60 base power move with plus 20 power for each of the target's stat boosts. So if Reuniclus comes in and gets the +6, I should outspeed even at a minus speed nature and come in and be able to just kill that thing with Punishment with the stat boost. Now, I wanted to have a Dark type basically here so that stuff like Protean Grin with Extrasensory, Reuniclus obviously with any psychic move. I didn't want them getting the terrain and just fucking my day up, basically. So we got a Dark type here just to be able to be immune to those hits and whatnot. Ice Beam is strictly for the Gourgeist because Punishment isn't doing enough. Parting Shot for Momentum, it gives me a chance to SD with one of our two Wall Breakers / Wincons here, and just Genital Momentum in Genital. So that's going to be the team. Let's go ahead and jump into the battle. So here we are with the battle. We got a few seconds here before it actually starts, but I brought the team we discussed in the team builder. He's got Protean Grin, Mega Aggron, Nidoking, Torn, Reuniclus, and Gourgeist. So, kind of what I was expecting, but not 100% exactly, to be honest. We're going to turn this down just a little bit. And, yeah, he's going to lead Grin. So, Grin comes out. I led with Young Gallade here. I figured it'd be the best thing to just start off offensive AF, and this thing is forced out. It can't OHKO me with anything, and I went ahead and predicted that he's going to just want a U-turn right on out of there. So I go hard. That is still way too loud. That is still way too fucking loud. So we're going to go hard for the knockoff, predicting the Gourgeist to come in on the U-turn. He does, in fact, go for the U-turn. The way he led off with it, I was thinking he could potentially be Scarf. I don't. I have nothing to back that up. He naturally outspeeds me, but just if you lead off with a Grin, I think it's a fair assumption you're going to be Scarf. But Specs is also an option. So he does just go for the switch into Gourgeist. We go hard for that knockoff and get some damage off on that guy. He's now in range of the +2 Shadow Claw. That is what we needed, but I don't want to get burned, so I'm going to get the fuck right up on out of there and go into Scoot. So Scoot comes in. Honestly, when thinking about it, I should have been Quick Feet, but since I was worried about the Xurkitree for no fucking reason, then I'm actually Volt Absorb. So we take the burn, but it's all fine and dandy. It's our special attacker. He don't give a fuck, a shit, or a damn. So he's going to withdraw the Gourgeist. He's going to go hard Aggron, and actually click Expert Belt Shadow Ball, which did fucking kill that boy right there. So Shadow Ball is going to come in, Mega Aggron is going to take a decent amount and get the Spadef drop, which is amazing. So we take a little bit of burn damage, we still don't really care, a little bit of chip's fine. But I didn't know what he's going to do here. He could Mega Evolve and click Earthquake, he could fucking switch out in Nidoking, which he does. So I think I just go for the Volt Switch there, yeah. And he is, he's immune, obviously. So I'm forced out. I don't want to deal with this thing. If he's Life Orb, he blows me away. If he's Scarf, it's a fucking problem. But it's all whatever. So we're going to win our Spadef Sawali. Gonna try to get a nice slow parting shot in here, get some momentum. And Earth Power does not a lot of damage. So I was looking at it, that looks like it could potentially be Timid Life Orb. It might have been a low roll for Timid Life Orb. So I'm going to go for the parting shot and go ahead and just lower this guy's stats. Look at Tornadus' belly button penis thing right there. That's weird. I don't like that. He's got a breastplate and a belly button penis. I do not like that at all. But we're going to go right out into Scoot. Take a little bit more burn chip since we end the turn with Scoot in here. But now he's minus and he's not going to want to stay in. He fucking stays in. The absolute madman, balls of steel OddsAre over here, stays in and goes for the U-turn. Now, this is unfortunate because he gets that, he can bring that Nidoking back in. And my switch-ins are looking iffy for this thing, so he's in with Nidoking. Nidoking Shiny's pretty clean, can't even lie. But we're at half health with Scoot now, so obviously this thing is pretty good versus his team. I don't want to let it just die, so we're gonna go out and make a Gallade. I figured he could go for the Earth Power. We eat one because we have good Spadef, and then we can kill him with the Zen Headbutt on the next turn. And I'm just going to do that. But he's fucking Scarf. I guess that's Scarf Modest. So, Scarf Modest and Timid Life Orb. The rolls, there was a bit of an overlap in the rolls, so that's on me. I should have paid more attention and known. But at least now we know young Nidoking here is choice Scarfed into Earth Power. So, I don't actually have a good switch in for that. But we're going to go into the big doinks here. And we're going to get up our rocks. Torn comes in. I'm going to do just Torn things. I'm going to get my rocks up finally, so at least we can get some chip on all these guys. And he can taunt me, he can go for the U-turn, he can go for the knockoff, he can do whatever Torn wants to do. And he's just going to U-turn on out. So I do reveal my item by him U-turning out, but he takes some chip, although that's just all going to be regenerated right back off. But at least he'll take rocks next time, so he'll come in at 75% every time. So Greninja comes in, takes the rocks. And I'm going to go for the Roar. Get the fuck right back on out of there. I don't have Stone Edge. I can't be doing all that. So he's going to go back out in a Nidoking. Now this is perfect because I need damage on Nidoking if I can get it. If he wants to just go for the Ice Beam and kill me, that's fine. But he's going to go ahead and withdraw right on out to Tornadus once again. Like I said, I don't have Stone Edge. That was a pretty easy switch for him. I think he knows I don't have Stone Edge since I didn't go for it. So I just go for the Roar again. Just get him on out of there. Just yell at him. Scare him out. And Gourgeist comes in. Like, the one fucking thing that I don't want to deal with comes in. So, Gourgeist is in. It's going to frisk me, but it already knows my damage, my item and whatnot. So Sandstorm's going to give it some chip. At least with the Sandstorm up, he can't recover quite as much with the Synthesis. So if he does want to go for that, he'll only get 25% back. So I'm going to go to Great Value. I didn't really want anything else getting leeched or willowed, so Great Value is going to have to be the one. And here I make a bit of a misplay. I'm a Dark type. He thinks I'm going to have fucking any Dark type attack, and even with the Leech Seed recovery, I probably kill him. And I have Ice Beam, obviously. So I was debating between Parting Shot and Ice Beam, but I'm fucking stupid, and I click Ice Beam instead. So that does give us a bit more chip on Aggron, but still the Parting Shot would have definitely been the better play. So we go for the Ice Beam. It's resisted because I'm stupid, and then now he's going to be Sand-Ins though, so at least I don't take that much more chip. He's going to get some Leech Seed recovery. Yet another reason I should have just fucking Parting Shot it out so I wouldn't have given this man health back. But now at least I know after he Mega Evolves I can go for the Parting Shot, get something else in here, and start chipping this thing down. He hasn't revealed any attacks, he hasn't clicked any buttons with Aggron yet. I'm assuming he's going to have Stealth Rocks, but other than that I don't know. So we're gonna go for the Parting Shot. What even is that? Did I just yell at him in Japanese and like dip? Like what the hell? It's like those drive-by insults from Family Guy. Oh, Reginald, I disagree. So we're gonna go to Big Doinks here. We're just having two big old fat motherfuckers fight each other. This is a Pokemon sumo match right now, and he's just gonna go for the Heavy Slam. He's gonna. I'm a very thick boy with big Doinks here, so that's not doing a lot. He takes some Rocky Helmet chip, and he doesn't really want to 1v1 this. So I'm going to switch out. We're going to go right on out to Scoot. predicting him to want to go into the Tornadus, and this man goes for the Toxic. So at least that fails. That's fine and dandy, whatever. So we take Sandstorm, we take Burn. Jolteon's getting chipped down here. We haven't killed anything on his team yet, so this is looking bad. So we go for the Volt Switch. Aggron takes a decent chunk from that. And we can go into Big Doinks once again. I figured after a little bit more chip, I can kill him with the Earthquake and everything will be fine and dandy. So he does go for that Heavy Slam. He's in range of one more Rocky Helmet hit, and he actually outspeeds me, so I don't even want to go for Earthquake. This man has fucking rest. And at this point in the match, I was like, alright, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Mega Aggron is already way too fucking bulky, and now he's got rest. So if he has Sleep Talk, I kind of just have to chance it and go into something that can fucking wall break this thing. So we're just gonna pray he doesn't have fucking Sleep Talk. We're going right to Stanley Elnats. I don't care about sand turns at this point. I just need this thing fucking dead. So I'm gonna go for the SD, and I'm gonna get to +2, and I'm gonna start doing some real damage to this thing. So we do go for the +2, and now that I think about it, +2 Earthquake actually doesn't kill. I think it kills after a little bit of chip, maybe like rocks in it, and a little bit of like U-turn damage or something. I don't know, but my best play is to go for the Shadow Claw, because Shadow Claw plus Earthquake kills. So I live any attack from this thing. I should be able to eat this Fire Punch and just kill it, and he gets the fucking critical hit, and the Wincon goes down. So not only did I not get any real damage off on this Aggron, instead of, because like he could have gone into Gourgeist, so I think Shadow Claw was the best play, because Shadow Claw plus Earthquake killed at +2. So now I have no way to beat this fucking Aggron, man. I have no way to beat this Aggron. Like, I just lose to this. So at this point, he still hasn't lost a fucking Pokemon, and I'm like, you know what? This is week 1. I have lost this game. And unless he just like drops his DS, there's no way I can win this fucking game. And I can try to drag it out and, you know, make it the differential not quite as bad. But honestly, at this point, if I can just not get 6-0'd, that would be a good fucking day. So he's going to go for the rest again. I predict that and go right out to Scoot. So that way I can at least do some real fucking damage to this thing. Hopefully, you know, get fucking something going. And, seeing that HP bar go back to full is just disgusting. Just fucking disgusting. So I'm gonna put my deck out on the table here, and I'm gonna go for the HP Ice. At this point, I have nothing to lose. I'm already about to fucking get 6-0'd, and if I have, this is the time to make a play. You know, if I have anything to say about it, if I don't want to get 6-0'd, now we got to go for HP Ice. But since he's Scarf, he probably didn't need to hit any special speed tier, and he probably has a little bit of bulk on him. HP Ice, even though he's E-belted, does not kill the Nidoking. So I'm gonna switch on out. Scoot is still the only like real special attacker I have on my team, so I need that boy. So he's gonna go for the Sludge Wave. Although I am Spadef Silvally, I believe this still kills me. No, it doesn't. But the Sandstorm does. Unfortunate. I still died to another one anyways, but oh well. So we're gonna go back to Big Doinks. At this point, I'm just trying to get a fucking kill, man. He's gonna withdraw Nidoking. Just give me the Nidoking, Jesus. He's trying to get this 6-0, but I can't let this happen. I just fucking can't. So we are gonna go for the Roar. I could have just Earthquaked, but we ain't about that life. Now he goes back out to Nidoking. That thing is gonna take a little bit more rocks damage, just a little bit more rocks damage, and this time. I know he was kind of ballsy earlier, so I think he might just stay in. He does just stay in, goes for the Ice Beam. That is going to do quite a bit to me, put me about half. At least he can't freeze me because he has Sheer Force, but okay, at the end of the day, at least we don't get 6-0'd because Big Doinks picks up a kill on Nidoking. As pathetic as that is, we kind of got shafted as far as RNG goes. So at this point, I'm just trying not to fucking lose as bad, you know? So he can go into Greninja here. He's Protean. He can use any fucking attack and blow me back here. And I don't really want to switch out. So he's just going to go for Young Ice Beam. Take out Big Doinks. That's a stab Ice Beam right into the fucking nose. He's done. He's out. The Doinks were not big enough. So we can go to Lele. If he isn't Scarf, he'll go for the Gunk Shot here. If he is Scarf, he can kind of just switch out and go to Unicolous. So I want to see what he was going to do. He does just switch out and go to the Unicolous, which is fine. And we see him take rocks damage, so he wasn't Magic Guard, which leads me to believe he's Regenerator. Now this Psychic does not a lot of damage, and that means that this boy is probably bulky AV Assault, AV Regenerator. So I'm gonna go right for that Nature's Madness. Let nature handle this man, and hopefully put him in range of 2 Moonblasts. So he does go for the Shadow Ball. Lele has decent Spadef, but Reuniclus is also very strong, so he does almost half to me. Now I go for the Moonblast. I don't want to miss another Nature's Madness, even though the Aggron is right there. It still hasn't burned any sleep turns, so oh well. So I actually get the special attack drop. He goes for the Shadow Ball. It already wasn't going to kill, but that just helps out a little bit, you know. But now he gets a Spadef drop on me. It doesn't matter as much, but oh well. So I'm just going to click Psychic. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm allergic to not very effective moves, apparently. And yeah, so at least we killed 2 things, right? This game, like I said, this game has been over for about 10 turns now. It just comes down to differential and how bad I want my butthole to hurt at the end of the day. So he's just gonna go for the Ice Beam. He can take me out. I'm on very low health, and I have a Spadef drop. There's nothing I can do, man. There's just nothing I can do. Last but not least, we have one thing left, and it is Scoot the Jolteon. So finally we'll at least get to see if he is Scarf or whatnot. I'm pretty sure he is at this point, but you know, we still don't know for sure. He is indeed Scarf, goes for the Ice Beam, takes out Scoot, and that is GG. It's odds. Yeah, so we lose week 1, which is unfortunate, but yeah, I feel like my prep was pretty decent. Like, it wasn't the best, but it was pretty decent. I had checks for most of his things. Nidoking was very hard to switch into, but once my Revenger for that thing got bopped because of the surprise Scarf, and the double Scarf too was actually a very nice bring on his part. That definitely caught me off guard. So good game to odds. I do think that if I didn't get crit with the Fire Punch, I would have taken out the Aggron, and we still would have had a game to play. Lele would have put in a fuckload of work, being able to live any, you know, poison type hit. But this is Pokemon, not fucking shoulda, woulda, coulda, mon. So GG to odds. Once again, go ahead and check him out. Check out his side of the battle. It should be going up at the exact same time as mine. So I'll leave his link to his channel in the description. You can click that, go watch all that shit. Watch this man stay in with Torn on my Jolteon like an absolute fucking madman. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe, do all that bullshit, and we will see you guys next week for week 2. Bye forever.